Hey there everyone and welcome back to the channel. Anakin here, and this is Empire Clans Rule the Tanks Blitz. Today update 7.3 has come, and I'll be going over just some stuff, a lot of things that most people probably know from other videos that they've seen, but I'm still gonna go over everything anyways. Maybe there's something that you missed, maybe there's something that I missed, I don't know, but we'll just go over everything and we'll see how there is. So it is in the, you can download the update now. I'll play the video, also. So, the main thing in this update is the Swedish tanks. There's a new tech tree in the European tech tree, well, a new line in the European tech tree, that goes up to the Kronwagen. This is the tier 10 Swedish, heavy tank, and it has an auto reloader gun on a heavy tank. And I'm starting to work on this line, so once I start going through, I'll try to make some guides videos on these tanks. But what I can say just from the start, either just from looking at the stats, listening to what other people say, and basically this tank, the ML1, is probably the best tank in the line. This is actually a really nice tank, and yeah, so going through the line, the tier 6 is okay, just like, I'm sure you could get it to work just because the tier is not too hard to play, and it shouldn't be too hard. The Leo is just not really that great. The stock is pretty bad since it's the same gun, but, it can be okay, I guess. Not really, tier 6 and 7 aren't really that long for me either way, and for most people. But then up to the ML1, this is probably the best part of this line. It has a nice auto-loading gun with 320 average damage, 217 standard pen, with a nice 3 seconds between shells, 22 mag reloads. So it's got a kind of a long reload, but the magazine can be pretty good. You're able to get a lot of damage out, and it's a heavy tank actually. So yeah, you have pretty, let me see, decent armor, I think, and not too bad mobility, I guess, once you have all the upgrades. So it's not a bad of a tank at all. Next up is the ML2, which is not that great. It's got the gun that's basically like the Kronwagen. It's an auto reloader, and it suffers in damage per minute, of course, and it's kind of up to the Kronwagen. This is not a bad tank. It has pretty nice armor, pretty good mobility, but the part that makes this tank bad is the gun. The gun, take a look at the damage per minute, only sitting at 1900. You have a tank like the Object 252U, which already doesn't have that great damage per minute. It's got a big alpha, but the damage per minute kind of lacks for the tier already, with a 1900 damage per minute. And then take a look at this. Cromwell B, tier 6 medium tank. 2000 damage per minute. And just look around at all of those other lower tier tanks. Tiger 1, let's see, how much does it have? 2300 damage per minute. Let's see, just like E75 TS, we have 2000 damage per minute. You have tier 6, tier 7, tier 8 tanks that have more damage per minute than the Kronwagen. So the Kronwagen has like really bad damage per minute. 1900 for a tier 10 is just really bad. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. But I'd say that the balancing factor of this tank is the fact that it's got armor, mobility, the auto reloading gun, and a really nice 340 millimeters of heat penetration, which is the same as the IS-4, which is a crazy amount. So that's the nice thing about the gun. And accuracy isn't too bad. Nice 9 degrees of gun depression. So overall, pretty good gun except for the damage per minute. So it's an auto reloader, which is just like the Progetto 65 and the P44 Pantera, which means that unlike K91, for example, that I can't find that tank. It has like, it basically, so you shoot one shell, you shoot another shell, you shoot another shell, and then you have to wait for a whole 15 to 20 seconds to reload the entire clip, just like the ML1, right? The difference with the auto reloader is instead of having to wait like a whole 20 seconds, you only have to wait 11.75 seconds. It's, I think, 6 seconds on the Progetto. No, 8 seconds, for the first shell to load. So then you have another shell to fire, or you could wait another 6 seconds on the Progetto and 9 seconds on here for another shell to reload, and then another 9 seconds, 10 seconds for another shell to reload. So you can reload them one at a time, which means that you can get more shells out. But just take a look at this. 12 seconds for just the first shot for 400 damage. That's literally like an IS-3. Just same like damage and reload as an IS-3 on that first shot. And then you wait another 9.3 seconds, which is basically almost like a tier 8 or a tier 9 122mm gun reload, and then another shot out. That's really bad. That's just really bad. You have really bad damage per minute. So anyways, this isn't a review on the Crown Wagon. It's not a video on the Swedish tanks only. I promise I'll make a video on these once I get them. And maybe my opinion will change on the Crown Wagon once I get it. Maybe the damage per minute isn't too bad, but yeah, it's not really that great for damage per minute wise, but I guess it balances out with other stuff. So one thing for sure, it's not OP. It's not like the Vickers, but it's not bad either. Alright, so scrolling through, we have the Swedish tanks. Fix some bugs, low silhouette tanks, some stuff on the canal map, different types of bugs that they fixed, and of course you can see this on the news page here if you want to see them. So some new camouflages, oxidized metal, fire sentinel, hardy, yeah. We have enhanced gun mantlet armor buffs on certain tanks. The Chieftain Mark 6, for example. Let's see. They buffed the thickness of the armor plate behind the gun and the cheeks. Increased from 215 to 230 millimeters. Okay, Super Conqueror. This is a nice one because a lot of people, there's this bug that's been going on, or I don't know if it's a bug or whatever, but Discord notifications. Wow. Alright, thickness of, so basically, they said that a KV-1S, a tier 6 heavy tank. Oh my god, Discord, stop it. Alright, tier 6, heavy tank, a KV-1S can penetrate through the, gun mantlet. That's terrible. There's only 127 millimeters. So, luckily they buffed it up to 250 of the I can't talk. Frontal turret, armor behind the mantlet, and the gun mantlet armor has been enhanced from 280 to 310 millimeters. Also, I'm losing my voice, sorry, because I literally recorded a few other videos, tournament videos, and, yeah. Alright, Object 140, gun mantlet buff from 240 to 250. 62A buff from 214 to 250. I would say, in my opinion, they shouldn't have buffed the 62A's gun mantlet, because it's already got a good turret, but also, the 140, the 62A is basically almost better than the 140 in any way. So in my opinion, they should have at least not buffed the 62. That way they can at least give the 140 some advantages. But, yeah, I'll talk more about that, my opinion on the 140 and the 62 once I make a video on those two tanks, because, yeah, I have a few things that, I don't really like about the, how the 140 and the 62A are, but anyways, E100, both guns are, buffed 250, gun mantlet armor millimeters to 270. The Luva's gun mantlet armor has been buffed from 120 to 150 millimeters. Alright. Changes to maneuverability. The tier 4 M7 maximum forward speed nerfed from 54 to 48. Hull traverse, different things, A20, Matilda, M5. I'm not going to read those out because they're low tier tanks, but you can read through these if you want. Improvements and bug fixes for Nintendo Switch, camera sensitivity, navigation, minus button, and debug with the plus buttons and blah blah blah. General, a bunch of other stuff. Destroying the IS-2, the Chinese tier 7 heavy, now counts towards the Lion of Sinai, whatever you call it, metal. And some other bug fixes and different types of fixes, and that's pretty much it for this update. Those are the different things. So now I'm going to play the video that Wargaming shows. Alright, this is the Wargaming video, you can watch it for yourself.
Update 7.3 has arrived in World of Tanks Blitz, and to accompany it, some gallant Swedish tanks are dashing onto the stage. They're ready for a huge concert. It's time to bang on the drum, European branch fans. Let's get the show started. The new vehicles are available after the STRV M42, a Tier 5 medium.
Also, I forgot to mention, I literally forgot. This is an important part also. I'll just pause the video. I don't know why I forgot to mention, but there's a new event. Let's see, where is it? I'm not sure where it is, but there's a new event. And it's kind of like Uprising, kind of like Mad Games. You know Halloween is coming up, and it's kind of like a cross between Uprising and Mad Games. I'm sure you've heard about it, like, elsewhere online and in other YouTube videos, but, it's basically, like, I think you get 1 extra life, and you have, I think you could heal people, something like, I think you constantly lose health over time. Let me see, I swear I saw it somewhere in the news. Did I? Not. I guess not, apparently, but, basically, yeah, there's an event that's basically kind of half Mad Games, half Uprising, which are both really fun modes to play. So it's gonna be a really fun mode. And there's gonna be a Halloween event. There's gonna be different events going on. I'll explain more of those maybe some other time. Anyways, back to the video. Sorry for that.
Each with its own playstyle. At Tier 6, there's the STRV-74, a sturdy medium tank with a stabilized...
You know what, I'm not going to play this entire video because it's long,
sure, it's no lead singer,
and you can watch it yourself, so...
105mm gun and armor that's above par for a medium tank. The brothers Emil 1 and Emil 2, which are at Tier 8 and Tier 9...
Oh yeah, and there's a new premium tank,
in their stock configuration,
the Emil... what is it called?
In addition, the elder Emil can
I forget what it's called, the Emil something, 1940 something, I think. It's a premium tank. It's a premium Swedish tank. So, it should be for sale sometime.
It has a drum with an
auto
reloader that allows
go.
it to improvise when playing solo. It can either play a rapid staccato by taking 3 shots and dealing 1200 HP of damage in just 7 seconds, or perform a lingering legato by dealing 400 HP of damage every 11 seconds. For those who didn't go to band camp, this means that Mr. Kranvagen is a freshman who will soon be all over the news. The Tier 8, 9 and 10 vehicles boast nice turret armor. They'll also receive reticle calibration and improved engine power.
Also, another thing to mention is, I think that the auto reloader, the damage per minute numbers in the game, let's say 1900, I think that's not exactly true. Same as with the Progetto 46, Progetto 65, P44 Pantera. I think that's assuming you shoot like 1 shell at a time. I think that's how they calculate it. So it's not actually that bad damage per minute, but it's still pretty bad damage per minute. So it's not like 1900 actually. That's just if you assuming you shoot 1 shell at a time, which is not something that you want to do. You want to play just like an auto reloader, like a Progetto or a P44. You want to play it where you load like multiple shells up, and if you have the time, you want to load up all your shells. But yeah, let's continue the video anyways.
Boost as consumables, as well as
and you have the improved consumables,
and
special consumables
provisions. In addition, the new crisp bread and grilled salmon provisions that improve crew mastery will add.
Well, now I'm getting
Swedish
hungry
flavor.
after watching this.
All in all, we've got a good Swedish group that will gather many fans. Let's switch off the songs and set our eyes on balance changes. Every update has some, and 7.3 is
Alright,
no
so
exception.
balance changes.
The main changes include enhanced gun mantlet armor for
I might not
tanks.
play this because I literally went
Such
over
vehicles
this.
as the E100, Luva, Super Conqueror, Chieftain MK6, Object 140, and T62A will block damage more confidently. The Renault R35, a 7.3 introduce. There will be some new camouflages to make tanks look even more impressive. You'll be able to
those are the
get 2
camos.
stunning outfits for the Kranvagen Swedish heavy tank.
And let's just skip through
In
because
update
you can watch this video for yourself.
And there's more.
You can watch this video for yourself because it's just on the Wargaming. You can search up Wargaming's YouTube. And it's also just in this news tab that I was showing. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I think this video became very, very long for literally just a single update, which is kind of, yeah, so. But if you're watching to now, then thank you for watching the entire video. because a lot of people probably don't. But I still enjoy making them, and I hope you enjoy watching them. And that's it for this video. I will start making videos on the new event and the new tanks once I get them and once I get more information. But I hope everyone does well. And on the line, if you're grinding it, I'd say it's definitely worth grinding line, at least especially to the tier 8. But if you're going up there, then why not go all the way? But that's it for this video. So I will see you in the next one.